right? We could lead the world. We don't even need fossil fuels. But besides that, we need a more reliable public transportation. You know, I took my bike across the country, and we started here. We started from Vacaville and rode our bikes here. But today I drove. I hate driving. I hate cars. I hate driving. I rolled down my window and called somebody an asshole. And then I'm like, vote for me. But, you know, what if we had reliable public transportation? What if I could take a bus here? And, you know, instead of having to drive. What if I could take light rail here from Vacaville instead of having to drive? And public transportation should be free. There should be no cost to public transportation. And so, does that all what I'm saying sound really good to you? And it sounds good because it is good and it's possible.
Yeah, come on.
It's possible. When I got out of high school here in California, born and raised in Los Angeles, college was free. University, community college, state colleges were free. My first semester I paid $4, and that was for a health fee, right? So it's possible. We've done it before. Instead of giving millions to the prison industrial complex, instead of giving tax credits and breaks to the oil companies, let's invest this money in education, the environment, and health care. You know what? I always say when I grew up in California, my kids go, yeah, were you barefoot in the snow? No, I'm opposed to snow. Never. No snow. But we had social safety nets. They're gone. They've disappeared. And so I was talking about McDonald's. You know, I almost came to your protest, Stephen, for a $15 minimum wage, but I'm against minimum wages. I'm for a living wage. I'm more in favor of a maximum wage. Indexed to a living wage. That these CEOs can only make a certain amount more than the workers. But more than that, I'm against McDonald's. You know, we should put the people who work at McDonald's, retrain them in healthy, life-supporting industries where they get a living wage, not a minimum wage, right? And so that's why I didn't come, because my sign would say something like ban McDonald's, but there's people that work there and they need jobs, but they don't need those kind of slave jobs. So we are for increasing the wages of workers everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But certainly against McDonald's. Now, I'm not a dictator, but I would like to ban, McDonald's and Monsanto. Governor. There's not much difference between the two. So, anyway, Cindy Sheehan
For governor.
Woo!
Yeah!
And you would never have to come to Sacramento to protest my policies. Because if my policies were different from yours, we would try to work it out. You know, if we had jackbooted policies, I'd be out on the front lines with you, going down with Sheehan. But it would be an administration that works with the people, not against the people. It would be an administration, we have some Native American brothers and sisters here. It would be an administration that would elevate them to co-leadership status. Not just casinos, but have a real place in the renewal of California, the reinvigoration of California. Because here we are, colonizers, we are descended from the colonizers, leaving out the voice of the original people. Now, every military base in California that's on native land, which I think is almost every one, would be returned to the native people. We don't want the empire in our borders.
No.
And because we want the empire to collapse.
Right.
Now, if California led the way in peace, environmental sustainability, economic equality, and other things, since we're the biggest state, we're bigger than most countries, really.
Yeah.
Right?
Thank you.
Right? If we did all that, it would go a long way to the collapse of the empire.
Yeah.
And what about talking about leaving the nation with Oregon and Washington and have Cascadia or something like that? Then I would be the president, not the governor. And so it's time for the people to rise up and speak. It's time for the people to be in charge of our own destiny. It's time to kick those freaking Democrats and Republicans out of Sacramento, out of Washington, D.C. I don't know what we'll do with them, but we have some creative people here that can help us with the solution.
FEMA camp.
It's time